Good morning everyone and welcome to Crafting Hearts. As promised, I said I would do a second video this week, but I'm probably not going to get it posted until over the weekend maybe. Oh, sorry for the brightness, I'm just trying to find a nice light setting. Yeah, that one's nice and subtle. So as I said on the corner videos, the video that we would be doing today is doing napkins on paper. Now, as long as you've got plenty of napkins, some card, some paper, anything that you want to put the napkins on, obviously a brush to apply if you're using gel medium or Mod Podge, or you can use a glue stick, but it's really up to yourself what effect you're wanting to get. I've tried all three ways and I quite like all three. Just with your napkins, you just want to make sure that you're going to be taking off all the plies, or else it won't look very nice when you've got it down on paper. So this one comes with 3 plies and these ones are really easy to peel off. But if you have issues, you just need your wee craft knife to help guide it, and you'll find a corner where you can start pulling it off. Just make sure you're doing it gently so that you're not ripping any. I've already ripped a bit of one that I'm going to be using this morning, but hey ho, that's the fun and joys. So that's a nice flowery one, and this is just a new one I've got and I really like it. So let me just get rid of these plies. This one, and I wouldn't throw these out. You can use these for any number of things. You can stamp on the plain plies that come off the back. You can possibly tea dye them, because if you've seen some of these ones that I've pulled off, the image actually has went through. Again, you can really see it in this one. So you could still apply these individually onto paper cards, and it would look good. Just bear with me a second because I'm just reaching over to get some cards. I'm going to do a couple in card and a couple with paper. A little bit of paper about. Right, so that's me got everything that I need now. The only thing you might want is if you're using gel medium or Mod Podge, is maybe to put something underneath what you're going to be using. So I'm just going to try and find, I know it's my heat proof mat, but it's better than nothing. So it'll just help take some of the away from the side. This is quite a bash bit of card, but let's see how we go. Oh, get my lid off my Mod Podge. It's been a wee while since I've used it. If there's anything you would like me to focus on in my videos, guys, I would really appreciate it if you left me a wee comment and let me know what you would like to see. Also, if you would like to see me do any of the challenges that you've seen some of the other junk journalists do, I would really look forward to that, and I would love it if you could join in with me. I'm just loving doing these videos for you, because I know what it's like when you first start out and you're not 100% sure what to do. But just whatever you're using, just start putting it on your medium. Make sure you pay attention to the edges. I don't think this is the right brush I've used, but it'll do for the purposes of the video. Now what I would say, if you're using Mod Podge or gel medium, do at least just over half of the page, because what you want to do now is you want to turn that round and you want to start putting your napkin down. Let's see, and just take your time and use your hands if you need to, or as I seen somebody in another video they used their brayer, which I thought was a really good idea. So I just want to get rid of this crease, but I'm quite happy with that. So I'll just fold this back and we'll get cracking on with the rest. Now these will take a couple hours to dry, and if you're using Mod Podge and gel medium, you'll get you might get like a shiny texture feel. Some people say when they use Mod Podge they get like a sticky feeling, but I would say it's more like a crinkling feeling that you get. So that's me finished this bit of card, so let's just put up the rest and just press down gently with it. And there we go. Now I see down this bottom end it doesn't look as if it's struggling a wee bit, but what we're going to do now is we're going to gently go over the top of the napkin. But what I would maybe do first before I do that is I would trim off the excess. If I can find my big scissors. Oh, put them in my tin. So just make sure you're leaving enough off the edge. Sorry, I'm putting this out of focus. There we go. You don't need to take it right in, because you want to leave a wee edge just in case you need it. Right, so we'll get that out of the way. And now we'll get this one. Right, so keep them because you can use them for other bits and bobs. And now what you're wanting to do, and I'll just keep them away, is you're just gently wanting to go over the top of your napkin, because this is going to help seal it in. But just be careful that you're not ripping it like I've done there, just nice and gently. Back on the sheet shell. So how are you all doing? Are you all keeping well and getting used to trying to get it back to a wee bit of normality? I have to admit, lockdown hasn't really affected me too badly compared to some people, so because I'm in the house Monday to Friday anyway. The only thing that was affecting me was I wasn't getting out of my caravan, so but we were able to do that last weekend, and we had a ball. We met up with a friend and we've both got dogs. I've got a wee white Bichon called Sky, and she's got a female Labrador, golden Labrador called Sky, and they just love each other. They kiss like as if they're a boyfriend and girlfriend. It's so cute. But the lab's not been keeping too well of late, so she's not as bouncy as what she used to be. Whereas my wee Sky, he just wants to play with everybody. And he's so cute at times, but he can be a wee monster. But he's a pampered pooch. And I'm going to put my hands up and say, he's my baby boy. And what we'll do is we'll leave, once we're finished doing all these, we'll leave them to dry, and then next week we'll do a video of things that we can make with these papers. Right, I think I've got enough on that one now. So I'll put this one aside to dry. I think I'll do a paper one now. This was my first set of ever coffee dyed paper I made. As you can see, it has kind of coloured it in the middle, but not totally. So I think I'm going to use one of the blue papers for this. The blue napkins. Sorry, excuse my words, I've got brain fog. I suffer from a condition called CRPS, and I've got osteoarthritis and you name it. My consultant actually calls me complex because I present like a normal person, but behind the scenes I'm not normal. So there's a lot of things that he could do for people with osteoarthritis, but he doesn't think it's going to be the right thing for me, which kind of sucks a wee bit. But sometimes it's better the devil you know, because I know a lot of people with knee replacements that they haven't actually worked, and I've just realised I've continued on just doing this totally, so forgive me folks. That's what happens when you're having fun. I know I'm doing a junk journal series, and yeah, a lot of people start off with like pockets and stuff, but I've just, as I've said before, I've recently made a journal for a family member. Oh, this is the ripped one. So let's use this one to the outside. Right, and I think I might actually do this one long ways. Put it in the lid. So let's just turn this way. Yeah, we haven't got it. You can see it's missed a wee bit down there, but we can forgive that. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect. But I'm going to move that out of the way just now, just to let me get this cut. And actually need to put a bit more down here. And then we're going to be going over it again. So is anybody doing anything nice for the weekend? Or is it just trying to stay safe, which I don't blame people if that's what they are wanting to do, because there's people that are not doing as they're told, so I totally understand why people are a wee bit concerned about going out. I don't know about elsewhere, but up in Scotland from the end of July, our lovely little First Minister, who I absolutely detest, is letting the shielding release. So my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they'll be able to get out for a wee bit again. We'll be able to go over and see them, which will be good, because we've only been able to go over in nice days, because we've had to be in the garden. And as if you know Scotland, you know what our summers can be like. Right, so that's us done that one. So we'll just go over with the Mod Podge, starting with your edges and just making sure you get them sealed in, and just doing it gently so that you're not ripping. Trying not to rip anything. But if you're like me, you rip loads. I've just recently took part in a swap in Junk Journal with Penny Group, as I think some of you's all already been there, and it was a napkin swap, and I had somebody from down south, right down the bottom of England, and I also had somebody from Alabama, and that's lovely Gigi, if I pronounced it right. And we're going to be keeping contact, and we've decided we're going to be making each other a wee Christmas present, and we're going to be making each other a wee journal, but the difference is we've to do it based on our country where we stay, which will be interesting. And I've got some lovely tartan napkins. So I'm just putting that one away to dry. Let me see what one we'll do next. Oh, we'll do the next card one. We'll start for this end. And I'm going to be using this lovely napkin. I just think that is absolutely beautiful and perfect for vintage journals. So he's watching anything nice on TV. Me and my husband both just recently watched an Australian programme. For the life of me, I can't remember the title, but it's something along the lines of All That She Keeps. And it was quite, it was a really well done programme. But as I said to my husband, how many people out there who actually could do things like that? And it was pretty much, she befriended this woman who came into the supermarket, and she was wearing one of those fake baby things to make yourself look pregnant. And I don't want to spoil the story, but all I'm going to say is I'll find out the name and I will let you know. I've done that the wrong way. I'm going to wigglety-pigglety this morning, because it's one that you should all watch. It's fab if you've not already seen it. And I'm currently on Netflix. I am loving Chesapeake Shores. Mind you, who wouldn't be Channing Tatum? Come on. Because they're so flimsy, trying to get them to go where you want them to go properly. Yeah, that's worked better now. I'm going to have a wee bubble, but I'll need to wash my heat-proof mat once I'm done. Most of my napkins I've got from my supermarkets. We've got a supermarket called Tesco if you are abroad. And it was my husband one day, he was out helping his mum do her shopping because of the COVID crisis, and he sent me a picture and he says, look what my mum's Tesco's got in, and it was a massive shelf display, and it was all these different napkins. And so my husband said to me, what one do you want? And I went, I'll have that one, I'll have that one, I'll have that one, I'll have that one. And when he came home he said, and I should have regretted. He's like, I regretted telling you. And I says, I knew you would. But I says, that's us crafters for you. Right, so before we go and stick the thing on again, let's get rid of the excess, because you can use the excess for different things. As I showed you in my last video, some of the things that I had made with the excess. But because I'm using Mod Podge this time, my excess will be a bit smaller than what I was getting with the glue stick. So isn't that just beautiful? And once that's all dried, I think I'm going to do something different with it. I don't think I'm going to break it up, but I'll need to see because of the way I've got the birds going. Actually, I've just realised that there. I'm just making sure I get my edges done. And if you're using Mod Podge, you'll know that it will go quite hard once it's dry, which is good, but it's still flexible enough for you to use. Whoever came up with Mod Podge has come up with a great idea. But I know Rachel at Roxy Creations, she does like her own like Mod Podge. I think she uses like water and PVA glue, but I'm not good at measuring, so because I've been using the Anita's Tacky Glue, and I tried to put that into I got wee thin liner bottles from AliExpress, and I tried to water it down a wee bit, and it was either still too thick or I'd made it too runny, so it's just like so I think I might look at getting the proper thin liner bottle sometime, because it's not the cheapest over here in the UK. It's nearly £10. I don't know what it's like elsewhere. Oh, I'm running out of places to put my... And so we'll do another paper one. hubby's currently working from home. He's working downstairs just now. He's pretty much brought his workstation home, so he's got it all set up on the dining table. But it's been good. Just been able to fall out of bed and just go down and start working. Hence why I'm up here crafting to give him peace and keep out his road. The napkin I'm going to use this time, I have used with a glue stick, and I haven't been too big a fan with it. It's this one here, and I just love it. It's lovely colours, but it's not the easiest to work with out of all the ones that I've been using. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it reacts with the Mod Podge. Next time I'll maybe try using my gel medium, but I think I'm getting quite low on my gel medium. Right, and I think that's that one. My paper's sticking to dear, oh dear. Nearly cutting my cables there, sorry guys. Sorry if I've taken this off screen. I'm going to be giving my wee glass mat a wee wipe down before I do the next one. I'm actually going to do it before I put the top layer on. For jobs like this, baby wipes are the best. Now I know not everybody's a big fan of people using them, but I don't just use them and throw away. I actually let them dry out and then I can use them for something else. This is covered in glue. Sorry, you can hear my charm bracelet banging off the table. Must be annoying for you. Right, that's got the brunt off that. Now let's get the brunt off this mat. Because what I could do is I could turn it over. Maybe. let's give this a quick dry over. Just keep them to the side. Not that I've got much left to do now. Right, so I'm just going to be really gentle with this one because it's not been the easiest one that I've used so far to work with. I think my Mod Podge is getting a wee bit low too. I mean, I've had a good while now. I've got the Mod Podge gloss that I thought about using, but then I thought with the camera, no, not your best idea, Cheryl. It's amazing what you can put the napkins on. I've put them on a bottle. You can decorate like picture frames with them. There's loads of like gift ideas you can make using tissue paper, not tissue paper, napkins on different items you can find about the house. Pinterest is good for ideas, as is YouTube. And if you're looking to buy any, oh, see what I mean, ripping there. If you're looking to buy any junk journal kits, I would definitely recommend Shabby Dabby Doodah. Her kits are just beautiful. Happiness and Crafting is another good one. And on a Friday she also does a giveaway. Now, I was watching a video last night and she had a freebie that I need to go and get. Can't remember, I think her name's Scrap With Me, but if I try and remember, I'll put a link to the video on my next video, which might be this one. So that's that one done. Sorry, I'm just having to find places to put these on to dry. Need to move these ones actually. Yeah. Sorry if you get a bit of motion sickness there. My hands are covered in glue and that's how all the napkins are peeling off. Sometimes I feel like it's just whole skin peeling off, especially with Mod Podge. Try to get the glue off my hand before I do the last one. And I'll give you some ideas for your leftover bits that you've got. Now look at that, you'd think that was my skin, but it's not, it's the Mod Podge. I remember in school it was the cheap PVA glue you got, but it was the best for sticking on your fingers, and then when you peeled it off, it just peeled off in big bits. Sorry, just trying to get this to disappear. Right, that'll do just now. Right, so it's the last bit of paper and it's going to be, I've done another blue one. So we'll just get this glued down, Mod Podge down, which it is actually like a glue because it's sticking the napkin, so it has to be like a glue. I mean, it might seem that I'm using a lot of Mod Podge, but I'm not really, because it's only small amounts. No, I think let's try getting this blue one. I just hope my edges are wet enough. Oh, now scrap that. I'm going to show you what you can do with them. So just make sure I'm getting it the right way up. And that one's fitting quite nicely. One that's doing as it's told. Very impressed with this one. Well done, napkin. And it's even gone down really well as well. Oh. Yeah, so in the napkin swap that I've done, it's amazing the different napkins you can get. Like somebody, I think it was a girl down south, actually sent me napkins, and it's British notes that's on the napkins, which I thought that's really clever. I meant to ask her where she gets them from, because that would be quite a good one for kid on money and cards. Or is that just cruel? Right, so let's now try and see how the rest of this goes on. Oh, perfect. Oh, absolutely perfect, except it's just burst a wee bit there. So let's get rid of the excess. To do it that way so I can see. Now with your bits that are left over, what you can do is you can put it onto, if you've got any scrap bits of card, that you can make either journaling cards or tags or pockets with, depending on the size of your leftovers. Another thing that I've done is I've put them all on some of the bigger ones that I have. I've put 2 on one sheet A4 paper with like the glue, and then what I've done is when they've been dry, I've cut them down. And I've either used them for like notebooks, again pockets, different types of pockets, envelopes. You can use them for virtually anything. In fact, I can see an example of a journaling card that I've made with these ones here. I've done them in cards, so you don't need to back them with anything, but if you're going to make them out with the paper one, I would back it just to give it a wee bit more support. I hope you have enjoyed this video as much as I have, and I hope you've enjoyed my nonsense chat. I used to do a radio show, so I'm quite used to talking, but I can be quite a quiet talker. So I just hope that you can hear me okay. I remember I worked in a supermarket over nearly 20 years ago now, and it was a man, and he came through my checkout, and I always spoke to my customers. I mean, the only ones I didn't speak to was the ones that pulled the faces, so you knew not to speak to them. But one day this man says to me, "Can you speak up?" And I felt so cheeky, but I had to say, I says, "No." I says, "I can't speak up." I says, "My voice doesn't come with a volume control." I says, "I can't help it that I'm a quiet talker." And I know it must have been quite cheeky, maybe even rude, but if you're a quiet talker like myself, you know that you cannot turn the volume up. If I could turn my volume up, I would have it turned up. So that's us done the last one. We're just waiting on them all to dry now. And they'll all dry fine. So I've got a wee bit of a scrap here, and I was just going to show you what you could do with it. So before I actually cut, I'm going to, so I'll cut it in half. Right. So then just put that down and try and get it as close to the edge as you can, because then it means if you want to, you can use that for something else, to like the other ones. Now for me, this one I would probably turn into a tag just because of the size of it. It's not really wide enough to be a journaling card unless I made them small. So I think a tag would be better. But all I'm going to say is, when you're using your napkin papers, rescue as much of the napkin as much as you can, because it's amazing what you can use them for. So let's just get this covered in. Oh, my fingers are so sticky. I'm just trying to use up some of the glue. And that's that one done. So I hope you have had fun with this video today, and I hope you join in with the next one so that we can show you what we're going to do with these napkin papers that we've made. So thank you once again for joining in, and I look forward to our next video with making things with the napkin papers. Hope you all have a great weekend. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.